back in the studio. Leslie.
Yeah, I just thought I could change seats there, but didn't quite get away with it.
No, we didn't. We didn't. It was like we're trying. That was a great couple of rounds that we just saw. I really wanted to talk about Block 12 because I love Block 12. And I didn't get the opportunity, but it was amazing.
So talk about Block 12 now then.
Well,
what
it's just how fast it was running because I recently changed my block technique on Block 12, and it was fantastic to actually it being seen in the tunnel of how fast it was. How was that round?
I really enjoyed it. So keep telling me about the 12. I was seeing some vertical moves out of some of the teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing with the Block 12 is because it's a forward spinning block, you tend to find that it can get away from you on the front piece. So we're now back in the tunnel. We've got the Vosvin girls.
And the round is 19 to 17.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a working dive there with 3 blocks.
It is indeed. So yeah, so the Vosvin girls didn't have the best start to the competition. They're flying in new suits and only been flying in them for about 10 minutes. And for this is very different. I mean, they've only really competed in Bedford, I think, in the past.
Yes, and they were a junior team, so they've just suddenly gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight into AAA.
It's a big stage, so for them it's going to be, tricky. All this glass, they're not used to it. They're used to being enclosed in a tunnel, but they're learning. They're going to be competing in the Europeans coming up in Voss.
Is Vosvin not a glass tunnel then?
It is, but they're just not used to competing in that environment. So used to going to Bedford, and I think for them it's really good that they're here competing. And next in we should have a team NFTO.
NFTO. So they are the 20 on the first round compared with the French girls 27. Quite a difference there.
Yeah. The round 2 scores are up as well now. So they scored another 20 on round 2, and the French girls scored 23. So this should be good. So this round, 19 to 17. So we have a slot switcher, double slot switcher front and back on the 17 for this round. So it at least makes the pictures the same for the whole round. So we start with a 19. Let's close of the block to the 2. Tricky to manage the close of, because it's like literally it's 3 blocks. So the thing with the type of round that this is that you kind of need to just make sure close the blocks with as little energy as possible to move on to the top of the next block, because you want a good start, and that's exactly what these girls are doing.
Yeah, Dave was talking the other day about the difference between in jumps, whether you've got 3 blocks, a couple of blocks in randoms or an all random jump, and 3 blocks is...
It's a working dive.
Yeah, it's a working dive. It's like being in treacle a little,
exactly.
Isn't it? You just got to be a little bit more cautious.
And I think these girls they've not done as much training as they would have liked in this competition. I think they're working mainly on the outdoors, and they're
being our UK outdoor team.
Yeah,
seems
exactly.
fair enough.
Yeah, and but this is just one of those competitions they really like competing in, and they want to showcase what talent they've got. And there's a lot of talent in this team, so I'm expecting good stuff from them at the outdoor competition. So next in we have Wimby French girls with their alternate, because Pamela has she has kidney stones, Leslie. So Gail has stepped in, and amazing score so far for somebody that's just stepped in.
Yeah, when you're watching, you can't see who's new.
It's great, isn't it?
Whereas sometimes watching a team, somebody stands out because they're a little bit behind a curve, or sometimes the player coach stands out because they're all over it.
But their flying is just immense. I just spoke to her briefly outside while you and Regan were talking about the previous round, and she's like, I'm trying to keep up, and I'm like, yep, you're doing a great job. Apart from a different coloured helmet and a slightly different suit, I couldn't tell. So it's good, they're doing a great job.
I just love the full-on body pitch that the French teams fly with.
It's truly amazing, and I wish sometimes I could fly like that, but I definitely can't control the energy at the end of it. I have to fly the way I fly. It's amazing to see.
Yeah, they're so fast and furious, but yet so precise, which I suppose is the key, but it's easier said than done.
Yes, indeed. French girls. So now we should be starting with the open category. So first in, we should have Los Barritos. Yes, we do. I think I counted, if you included Monaco, about 11 French teams.
Oh, wow. It's going up all the time. I thought
know
it was
it
nice.
is. I know it was 9, but then I thought, should I include Monaco or should I not include Monaco? So here we go. You've got the top cam here. So close of the 19 to the 2, and then to the 17. Here we go. Oh, some confusion here. That's it. 17, all going round. Didn't quite get the vert in. So 19, T2. Some confusion here about grips and closes of blocks and where they should be going. Tricky. Can't see some of the grips as well, which would be difficult for the judges to actually judge. Not the best round from Los Burritos. Seen stronger rounds from them, but that one's done. So next into the tunnel, we should have
BE Air Force.
BE Air Force. Haven't figured out what that stands for, but yeah.
Looks like the Belgian Air Force, but they're from France, so...
I didn't get it either. So I was having a little chat outside with the Italian VFS team, who I've never seen before. They've been training for about a year.
Military?
Yeah, and they're just... It's amazing what they've accomplished in so short a time. So expecting good things, because the VFS is it's an interesting. Sometimes it's a stuttering, slowy, progress for some teams come in and it's not as popular. But I'm hoping it's gaining in popularity again now, as much as the FS. There we go.
And they're all squashed up one side of the tunnel there, which makes it hard for this kind of jump.
It does. It makes it tricky for the 2 that's coming up. Close the 19.
Oh, that's 19.
Yeah. To the 2. Yeah. Now they're nice and open in the tunnel, so the point flyer has somewhere to go. Okay.
And I like the way they're flying. They're obviously not as high level as some of the other teams, but they're just taking it slow, making each point.
Yeah,
Squeezing the bottom of the block to take the momentum out of it. And next we have Les Quatre Crétins.
La Crétin. Crétin. Another French team.
I assume it means the same in French.
Yeah, I think so. Anybody at home want to give us a definition for La Crétin? Please feel free. So we've got some scores coming in for round 4 for the Open on round 2. So far, Real Fly Sion are out there in the top with 24 on round 2. They should be coming in very shortly for their round 3. So I'm not going to try my best French accent, so I'll just stick to the 4 Cretins. And they're doing a good job. I mean, I'm not sure how the battle is between them and the other French teams. We'll have a good look at that later, because I imagine they're all pretty close, these French lineups that have started out. So it's pretty good to see. I was saying to Regan earlier, Leslie, that there's so many French teams, and they're just the breadth of anybody can fly with each other. It's fantastic to see, and it's like we're starting to do a lot more of that in the UK, like mix it up a little bit. Seeing Kate with the Pumas here, but getting all of these different flyers to fly with each other is just fantastic.
And I think one of the things is because they have a squad system and some very good coaches, and they all coach the same way of flying, the same style, so it makes it very easy for them to cross over teams. Whereas if you've got teams coached by different coaches, then they might have different techniques, different styles, different continuity plans, and it makes it a lot harder to go from team to team. So we've got Barak here, I think.
That's right.
From Spain. They've been around a long time.
They have. I've bumped
nice,
into
consistent
them.
Flyers.
Yeah, they're a good team. I've bumped into them in several locations, mainly in Akanya, I think. And they've always got a smile on their face. They're always like slowly edging their average forward a little bit on every competition that I see. And it's great that they stay together and just improve from competition to competition. I think it's hard for some of these teams, like from where we don't have a good level of funding or support, to do outdoor and indoor. So it's good that they've got loads more tunnels now in Spain where they can train. And I think the teams are just having to decide whether it's outdoor or indoor that they want to train for. So it's good to see so many teams.
Yeah, that's interesting. How many nations have the same teams, national teams as indoor as outdoor?
I'm trying to think. Going round, I think if you
Well, airspeed, obviously.
airspeed,
Belgium.
Yeah, I guess UK Open.
Well, yeah. Female is not.
Females not. I'm trying to think. France Open female. Yeah, pretty much. But we've got so many French teams. Who knows? And I'm trying to think. Italy. They have 2 separate teams as well, right? Italy for outdoor and indoor.
Yeah, I think, like you say, we're probably going to see more and more teams making one a specialism.
Definitely.
Because if you are doing an outdoor meet, there's only a certain tunnel helps with the blocks, but then it comes to a point before the meet when you need to get outside and
Exactly. Fly out the door.
yeah, different muscle memory feels different with the rigs
Exactly.
on.
But it's changing now. Going back to Mola Mola. What's the new block? Block 13. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like no longer do you have to launch a one out the door. It's a very long block. So I think they're trying to. I think from the changes of the blocks, they're changing a little bit of the trying to meet the tunnel to the air a little bit better. But I think it's a shame for those camera flies out there, right? Block 1's gone out the dive pool for 2019. It just takes the fun out of it a little bit.
So what else has changed then in the dive pool?
I can't remember what the new block. So block 1 has changed from snowflake, offset, snowflake. Can't remember now.
Yeah, offset.
It was to Mola Mola, and block 13. I can't remember the name of it. Has now changed to something else. I can't remember what the name of it actually is. But it just basically takes away. For at least block 1, it takes away the length of the block out the door, if you do have it out the door, and in the tunnel as well. So it suits the fact that you do have some, quite large teams trying to fly it in these 14-foot tunnels. And also block 13 was very tricky as well with the
spinner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
540s.
And then 540s on the outside of it was pretty tough, but really difficult out of an airplane. So it's kind of like making it easier a little bit out of the plane. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, very interesting. So we shall see. 2019 will be an interesting year to see. I'm super impressed with the next team coming in, the Herbivores Annecy Pamiers. I was just watching them from the outside of the tunnel, and these are the guys with the green helmets and the green and white helmet. You can just see them now getting ready. They're super fast flyers, really efficient. I don't know much about them, so maybe you should go around and meet them at some point. But they're really confident, really strong flyers. They were dirt diving earlier as well. Another very strong French lineup.
Yeah, you could see when I was watching round 1 from by the tunnel, as soon as they got in, you could tell the level had just gone up several leagues. I have no idea where they came from, but
I think we should find out later. Maybe you should get them on the couch. Have a conversation with them. That'd be good. They've got matching kit though, so I've got high hopes for them to kind of stay together. Matching helmets, matching suits, almost matching shoes. This could be a good thing. So again, for those watching at home, this is a working dive, 3 blocks. The blocks are, there's one from the senior dive pool and the slot switcher on the 17, but the first 2 blocks are stuff you learn very early on, but doesn't mean to say it's any easier. So it's just a working dive. People are getting through it. You're not going to see the fastest round here. What do you think of the draw, Leslie? It's an interesting draw, isn't it, in general?
Yeah, it is. If I was doing it, I'd think it was kind of sucky, really. But then again, I'm not a full-time team. But it seems like there's a lot of slot switches in it and a lot of working dives with the 3 blocks.
Yeah.
But then again, we've got a couple of fast rounds and all random one. We're randoms with a 9, which is kind of an all random one. And
yeah.
3.
I think this is the thing. I think we've got round 4 coming up as 3 randoms and a slot switching block on 16, but it's a pretty fast block. And then round 5, as you just mentioned, it's 3 randoms and a random block. So that's going to probably be the fastest round of the meet.
And that's kind of cool because that's going to finish today, isn't it? We do hours 1 to 5, so we're going to build up. We've got the working dive, and then the next one's a bit faster, and then a blistering one.
Exactly.
To finish the day with.
These guys, IFS Moscow, Russians. Love the Russians. You've got to love them. There we go. They're super efficient flyers, these guys. And they're out of time. Yeah, they scored 25 on round 1. Pretty good, considering that I think some of them are very experienced flyers, but they might not have done that much training together.
And wear a black cap then?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. You know, I think we need to sit down with IFS Moscow and find out what's going on with the Russian teams. I don't know. We should find out later on and come back. So next in, team from the UK?
Yeah, Pajama Pumas. I was saying earlier, they've come a long way. 3 years ago, they entered rookie, and in all of the jumps at the Nationals, they got 1 point, 1 single point in the last round. But last Nationals, they scored a 12 average in AA. A little bit of confusion there, but this is their first time in AAA, and they've done 10 minutes together with this lineup. I said, what did you do with that 10 minutes? Kate said, we learned how to get in the tunnel. Because Kate can basically fly any slot, but she's in tail, which isn't her normal slot. Just mixing it up a bit.
No, it's great to see, and Kate's actually been doing a lot of coaching of a lot of teams across the lower categories coming up, and it's great to see her here flying with them, and it really gives them the confidence to come in and fly. Not that this team needs that much confidence. I mean, if anybody knows Matt Cumming, he's quite an outgoing guy, and they did a really good job there, learning the new blocks. As you said, 10 minutes of flying in a new tunnel with all these people watching. Fantastic job.
And this is very exciting. We've got the scores in for round 2.
What have we got?
And in round 1, I don't think we even gave out the scores for round 1, did we? Because we didn't have them. So just going up from equal 5th after round... In round 1, we had Gavroche Wemby with 25, then Qatar Tigers with 27, Echo Chamber with 28, Real Fly Zion and Airspeed tied with 29, and Hayabusa winning the round 2 points ahead of Airspeed. But
round 2
has it changed in round 2? In round 2, going up, the judges seem to have scored the top teams first now, which is very considerate. So we've got B Air Force had 14, like Piristos 15, Jetmax on 18, Tenanin with 19, Excel with 20, Gavroche Wemby 21, Amnesia 22, Real Fly Zion 24, Tigers 25, and who do you think won the round?
Oh, I don't know, Leslie. Could be. It was tight, so you tell me.
It was tight. It was a tie at the top.
Wow.
So Hayabusa and Airspeed both on 26. That means after 2 rounds, Hayabusa are just 2 points ahead of Airspeed. So Hayabusa leading 57, then Airspeed 55, Real Fly 53, Tigers 52, Amnesia 46, equal with Gavroche. Excel just behind of 43, Tenanin 40, Jetmax 36. And not everyone else has been scored, but yeah, that's very exciting.
So you just saw Papaya Mascalino in the tunnel, and now we have Wimby Legion. So this is a combination. Is Manu flying? I don't know. I know Manu Sarrazin is here. I'm not sure which French team he's flying in, but this looks like a combination of Wimby, obviously Wimby flyers with the Wimby jumpsuits, and somebody from another tunnel. I can't quite tell, but they're ripping it up in there right now. That characteristic French style of flying. There we go. And the close of the block 19 to the 2. Oh, squeezing their point a little bit there.
Yeah, squeezing it over one side of the tunnel.
Exactly. You don't have to go too far point fly, you can just stay there.
Nice little hops on the 17, yeah, very tidy.
Very nice. Yeah, I've been flying a bit more of the back piece a lot more recently, trying to get those hops in. I really enjoy the back piece, it's really good fun.
Did no one tell you that before?
No.
Yeah.
No. I just had to sit there and listen to, well, you've got to do this, you've got to do that on the front piece, but love flying on the back piece.
Everyone always thinks their slot is more important.
I was like, give me the back piece, I'll take it. So next in we have Airheads. This is a Swiss team. These guys are really, I've not seen them, but they're really fast. It's like great to see, like their block 12 technique. When I watched it from outside the tunnel, they were super fast. So, I'm not sure how much training they've done. I don't know.
They've been together since 2013, and they have the same lineup.
Really?
Yes,
wow.
And they hope that they're going to stay together. And then they were all in the military, and they formed this team to be a four-way team, but now they're doing so well that they are the official Swiss military team, which means more training.
That's excellent. No, they're really, and they're such a smiley bunch as well. Really good people. Really nice.
Do you know Stelio?
Yes.
Yeah, I've known him since he was 11 and packing parachutes at Vichy. Very, very badly, but we didn't care.
He was just packing them for you, so it's all good.
Well, we paid him.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
He was earning money towards his AFF, so how could you refuse? But
And look at him
after a
now.
while, we stopped with the bad pack jobs and just gave him some money.
Brilliant.
And of course, coming from a long-standing skydiving family with Dario and Connie. And his brother, Stefano, I think.
I'm not sure.
Something small. Oh, but yeah, he
Let's
jumps
just
as
go
well.
with
but
Stefano.
yeah.
We'll be corrected later.
Yeah.
So next in we have Team Echo Chamber. I watched their round one. I thought really good things from Team Echo Chamber. Round two looked a little bit scrappier, and then it did have an 8 in it and a 12 in it, so wouldn't have been the best. But I really like what the Swedish team are doing. I mean, they're staying together, training hard together, and it's paying off. They're super fast on certain rounds. I think they've got.
Yeah, who would have thought that they would beat a long-standing team like Anisio?
Yes.
Or Excel, on the first round, which they did.
Yeah. And I think that's where their competition is. They're coming up. They're kind of in that, not quite at that top stage yet, but definitely with the 24, 25, maybe even pushing it 26, 27 at some point in indoor. That's what they want to achieve. But they're a really fun team to be around. So it was a bit of confusion down the two.
Yes, not quite a donut.
No.
We'll make it happen.
Inside grip there on the top of the two. That's what you need to do sometimes. You need to take that mentality of, well, we're going to fly it. That's all we can do.
Mateus, who's coaching them, was saying that they changed quite a lot of their block techniques since the indoors, since Canada. So it's only a few months.
Who's coaching them? Mateo?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, great.
Mateus.
Really Mateus. No, that's really good.
He's a long-time national champion for Sweden. Legend.
Legend. Here we go with the Aerokart team.
They are fast and furious now.
They are
When I
fast.
saw them in the French indoors last year, they were looking a lot slower. There's no other way of putting it. But here they've got the same tidy technique, very elegant flyers.
I know, they're really good. I mean, it's funny you say that. They still. I know they're small, but they still remind me of kids. In that whole energy they have to their flying and what they do, and you know that they're in time to come they're going to drill that technique and they're going to get there. But they still suffer from those nerves and just a bit of drilling and training, and we'll see what the future holds for these guys. Good work.
A lot, I think.
Yeah.
I think they get free coaching from world champions through Aerokart. It's something like an hour a month.
That's brilliant, isn't it? That's what you need. We talk about this all the time, and I know.
Did they ever have the top of that too? I don't think so.
No. Let's not give the judges a heads up, eh?
I'm sure they've got better things to do than listen to our drivel, Ray.
Exactly, that's true. And drivel it is. Dribble or drivel, who knows? Next
Jeff,
in,
give us a smile in the door, mate.
maybe we have the Monaco team.
And what do you think of their image change, Ray?
I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's great. They look a lot slimmer in black.
I think they look amazing. I mean, they really are their flying's improving. They're more. Oh, see, as soon as I say
You
that,
Murray Walker did there, didn't you?
I think I might just step off set for a little bit and start again. But I mean, I've been watching them flying, and it's just they're getting. That's the thing about the 19, the close to the 19. You learn it so early on, and if it does not close, and those pieces are, there's any separation between the front and the back piece as it closes, it doesn't lend itself very well to the next bot move, which is the 2. Which you really want that outside centre to be nice and stationary in the close, so they can make that very small move to the 2, top of the 2.
I think these guys, they're flying one of the best Monaco lineups I've seen. I think they look really tidy.
They are getting. It's great to see. You can tell that they've been working at things. They're taking themselves seriously now as well, which is great. They're not resting on past laurels, is how I'm trying to put it and I've just said it. Next in, the team from Belgium, Jet Max. I was having a chat with these guys outside, really smiley, happy. you know, they're doing the best that they can and they're enjoying every minute of it, and going to be hanging out to watch the rest of the competition as well, definitely, from what they're telling me. They did actually say to me, it's like, can we do the four-way dynamic on belly speed and see what happens? You can try.
That'd be really funny. I'm not quite sure how you do head down circles or a switching snake
Exactly.
in your belly, but I could sort of see the point in a way.
And they're in.
You need a pretty big tunnel.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a 32 footer. They're building one. Is that one in Abu Dhabi is going to be built soon, I think, so that should be interesting. Top of the 17, close of the 17. And on 19. Here we go. They're looking really nice and tidy, you know. This is, we keep saying it's not going to be the fastest round, but I think it's all about how you start and stop your blocks, and that's what a triple blocker of a routine actually is. I have really got the commentator's curse today, so I'm just going to not say anything for a few seconds, because every time I say something's going really well, it doesn't. That was Team Jet Max from Belgium. Next in we have Team XL.
So they're not Satori anymore?
No, just XL. It's great to see Pete on the team, just to see what they're going to do going forward.
Yeah, with his old teammate, 80.
Yeah. That's the one thing I like about it, you know, it's just, there's a lot of talent on this team, a lot of talent and a lot of experience, and I'm excited about seeing what they're going to do going forward.
Yeah, when you have flown together, it does help.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. I mean, I think, you know, I spoke to the team yesterday, and I had a chat with them about what their training plans are. They've just formed, you know, lineup has just been established, and I think, you know, they were. I think you mentioned it actually earlier. They were just flying no contact drills in the tunnel a few days ago, or maybe yesterday. Just getting to fly together first before trying to get the points. The points will come, as Pete likes to say. So no, it's great to see them flying.
Yeah, I think they did a lastminute.com. They were flying at 6 o'clock this morning. Pete spotted that slot a while back and booked it because, yeah, they haven't done so much training before this meet.
Yeah. I think they're a bit late to the old tunnel training lineup. And next in we have the team, another French team. We have the team Gavroche Wimby.
So Julian in there has really picked up their pace.
Yes, he has, yeah. And this is a scratch team in essence. They haven't done much training together. They're just in there to have fun, to represent, and
But
you know.
the three of them have been flying together in Gavroche for a long
But they haven't been
time,
doing
longer
much.
than probably most of these people have been born.
But they haven't been flying much as a team recently. So when I say scratch, you're right. But I mean, they've not been doing much four-way recently. So this is good to see. You know?
What I noticed, and you can really see it up close, is how much Julian is pushing the pace. Because we've been watching Gavroche fly for years. Very, very good flyers. All world champions, great technique. But just seeing Julian in there, he's pushing it. You know, he's such a fast flyer himself, but you can really see he's really pushing the team pace.
He is, but yeah, I would question whether some of these grips are stationary when they're closing, but it's stationary closes, I should say. And no, it is good to see. And the thing is, they're enjoying it as they do it, which is, you know, I saw them earlier. I saw them yesterday outside. You know, like, no, we're just here to have some fun. You know, fly with my buddies, and that's really good to see. Tenanin. They've been getting on really well, huh? They've been. I spoke to Moulet yesterday. They're really wanting to push for that 24 average, and you know, they've got Dave on the outside watching them as outside coach as well now. So lots of coaching going on, but it gives Martial and Marco the chance to you know, really focus on what they're doing
Rather than what everyone else is doing. Yeah. Sometimes as a player coach, or I find this sometimes when I'm coaching a load, you can be so intent on other people that you kind of forget your own flying.
Drop off a plane, go, what's going on? No, I've been there, yeah. But it's nice, it gives them, it invigorates them as well, to get a few new techniques, a few new things going as well, invigorates their flying, and I think it's great to see.
They're such a lovely team, Marco and Marcel.
I've been seeing a lot of Marco recently, it's been great to see so much of him. He's a new dad.
Is he?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No. Wow. That's frightening.
Told you?
I'm happy. That's fantastic. Wow.
You can have a chat with him about that later. Next in we have Team Amnesia.
Boy or girl then? Or still inside?
No, still.
Burn out of the oven.
But out of the oven, and I think it's a girl, but I've had so many friends that have had babies recently that I can't actually remember.
I know it's the latest DZ accessory, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So currently you have Team Amnesia who are doing really well. They're currently lying in 5th place after 2 rounds on 46 points. And, I watched these guys in Montreal and, they've been getting some really good coaching from Dave, I think, from Hayabusa. Really enjoying, what they're doing, but also suffering from those competition nerves every now and again. So you can see they've dialed it in a little bit, taking it nice and slow. This is a triple blocker, and you can see them doing that. But they're very efficient flyers, and they've got really big expectations for themselves, and they're proving that in the tunnel right now, which is good to see.
I thought that was a fantastic round.
It's really good. Really, really good, and I should be pleased with that. So next in we have Team Real Fly Sion. These guys are currently in 3rd place.
So are they ahead of the French ladies, is the question?
Oh, I don't know, you'll have to tell me, Leslie. Maybe.
I will.
Just getting ready. Risers down.
Yes, they are. They're 3 points ahead of the French ladies.
That's good to know. It's only 2 rounds, though.
Female in the Open doing the same draw.
And the VFS as well. Makes it really easy for us. Here we go. Nice. That very distinctive way of flying that they have. Yeah, on and off the grips from the end of the 2.
It's absolute minimal time on grips,
Yeah.
isn't it? But they're still spending that time to make it stationary.
Yeah. It's individual flying, isn't it? Making sure that you can stop yourself and not use other people to stop yourself.
Oh, that'll never catch on.
No. Move, stop, grip? Was that what they used to call it? I know.
$250, please.
In one ear, out the other.
This is a brilliant round.
Yeah, it's great. Super efficient. I mean, I watched
Flies
them.
it on.
I know, I watch them and I think, they don't look fast, but they fly fast, and it's all about that efficiency and how they deal with it, and I love it.
And just very synchronous with all of their moves. You can see they're all starting and stopping the block
Yeah,
exactly at the same time.
real team effort. Next in Qatar, Tigers.
And currently in 4th place, 1 point behind Real Fly Zone.
I was expecting better from them, I think, on round 1. I was thinking maybe first competition nerves. First round, sorry, competition
Yeah, I was
nerves.
thinking it's not, yeah.
I was thinking, maybe we should. I think they're going to ramp themselves up during the competition. And actually, with the draw the way it is, we could see things moving around in a few places because we don't have too many burners of rounds where you can really make a distance, the gap. But because of the nature of having slot switches in pretty much every round of some description, I think you can really see. If you're not on and off grips, there's potential for busting going on as well because you're not seeing all the pictures that you normally train. So it's going to be interesting. It's fast from Qatar.
It's fast, beautiful, elegant, tidy.
They're a tidy team, aren't they? I like to watch them fly. Closing
Lovely
the
body
centre.
positions, all of them.
Well, it's nice to see them here competing.
And here we go. Drum roll commence.
Oh, yes.
Airspeed. Currently 2 points behind Hayabusa. Withdrew the last round. How close was it in Canada, in the indoors?
I can't remember, but it was pretty close, obviously, between Wimby and Hayabusa. But Airspeed had their own game, you know, and they've just been silently getting on with the job. And they just look so good when they fly as well. You know, new lineup, newish lineup. Amazing to see.
Yeah, I think their first competition with Ari was this February,
yeah.
so last February, so a year ago.
I mean, in Airspeed speak, that's, you know, not in recent years, but they, you know, we're always used to seeing really strong Airspeed lineups, and I think it's just taking them a while to get this up and running.
This is awesome round.
I know, amazing.
I actually seem to have ramped it up from the previous round, and with a working jump like this, it's not.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. They're really focused. It's good to see. I mean, they're just, I mean, I can't speak, we're looking at the top cam as we should be, but it'd be nice to, you know, I'm sure people have got views from outside the tunnel that they're probably keeping things on a certain level as well, because, you know, they're just closing things so well. Hayabusa would have just witnessed that. I think we're going to see some good stuff from them as well. The blocks 2 and 17 are good blocks for them. Here we go. So close. And here we go.
Of course, they must love it. Their Airspeed is here to push them.
Exactly.
Because without Wembley High Rollers here, then who else is going to push them?
It's funny, they Airspeed look faster. I'm going to be out there and
let's see what the judges think of that.
Exactly.
I agree with you. Airspeed did look faster, but quite often you think that, and one team looks faster than the other, and then the scores are absolutely the reverse. Because sometimes the more you appear to be putting the pace on,
exactly.
actually you're not going quite as efficiently.
I mean,
and well, it's always been a Hayabusa trademark, is they just look like they're going full on all the time.
Exactly. But I mean, that was super fast, super efficient, but I expect the scores to be very tight. I mean, there's not much you can make out of it in a
3-block jump.
Go.
So what did you think of
that? Was awesome.
Round?
It's great. I mean, it's nice to see it's a triple blocker, and you know, it's never going to be the fastest of rounds, but we just saw from both Airspeed and Hayabusa that you can make it look pretty quick.
Yeah. Who are you putting your money on to win that round then?
I'm going to put my money on Airspeed on that round, just.
Okay.
But because it's triple blocky, you never know. But they're short blocks and it's a tunnel, so okay, I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going to go Airspeed on that one.
Okay, well, I'll have to go Hayabusa just to keep it interesting, and it really is anyone's game. I'm sure it's going to be thrilling all the way to the top here at the Win Games in Ampuriya Brava.
So I think we're going to go to see our video sponsors now.